Welcome students. We have started one chapter called permutation and combination, and in the previous video we have done one exercise based on the concept permutation and combination. Here I come with my new video today and in this video we are going to discuss about permutation further. Okay, now in the previous one we have discussed how to arrange n things in n places, right? So in how many ways n things can be arranged in n places? So it can be arranged in n factorial ways, right? In how many ways 5 things can be arranged in 5 places? In 5 factorial ways, right? But in the previous video what we have discussed, the number of things and the number of places or number of things taking at a time was same, right? But if I ask you, in how many ways 10 things can be arranged in 5 places, or in how many ways 10 things 5 things can be taken at a time, in how many ways we can do that? So in the previous one what we have done, we have discussed how to arrange n things in n places. But if I ask you how to arrange n things in r places, what will be your answer? Right? So in today's topic this question will be clear. Now see, if we have 10 things and 5 places or 5 at a time, okay, we are required to find permutation or number of arrangements of n things taking 5 at a time. So see the arrangements, in how many ways we can do that. So 5 at a time means we need to arrange 10 things in 5 places, right? So see, I have drawn here 5 places, 5 gaps, 1 2 3, right? 4 5 gaps are there. Since we have 10 things, now tell me in how many ways first place can be filled. 10 things are there, so first place can be filled by any of the 10 things in 10 ways, right? Now for the second place, in how many ways the second place can be filled by the remaining things? Now here the remaining things will be 9, because from 10 things one thing has placed in the first place, so 9 things left. So the second place can be filled by 9 ways, right? Similarly the third place can be filled in 8 ways, the fourth with 7, and the sixth and the last one with 6 ways. Okay, so this is the number of arrangements, right, by which we can arrange 10 things in 5 places. Now can we write this one like this: 10 into 9 into 8 into 6. Okay, this one is whatever we have. Now I have used this term extra, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So as I am writing 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 in numerator, I have to write the same thing in the denominator in order to balance them, right? In order to balance that. So 10 into 9 into 8 into this till 1 is 10 factorial, we know. And in the denominator what we have, 5 into 4 into 2 into 1, which gives you 5 factorial, right? Now can I write this one as this: 10 factorial by 10 minus 5 give you 5 factorial. So can I write this one like this? We can. Now this whole thing, 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 5 factorial is denoted by 10p5, is denoted by 10p5, and 10p5 means number of arrangement of 10 things taking 5 at a time, number of arrangement of 10 things in 5 places. Okay, similarly suppose if we have 8 things and 6 places, or 6 at a time, you are required to arrange. So in that case tell me what will be the number of arrangements, in how many ways first place can be filled. Since we have 8 things, so the first place can be filled in 8 ways. The second place can be filled in 7 ways. Why? Because the remaining things here we have as 7. Okay. Similarly, the third place can be filled in 6 ways and so on, right? So this what we have as number of arrangements. So can I write this one as this? So which extra factor I have added here? I think 2 into 1, so I have balanced in the denominator 2 into 1. Now from 8 to 1, 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 gives you 8 factorial, and 2 into 1 means 2 factorial. Now can I write 2 factorial as 8 minus 6 factorial? So this whole thing is denoted by 8p6. And what do you mean by 8p6? 8p6 means arrangement of 8 things taking 6 at a time, or arrangement of n things in 6 places. So similarly, if we have n things and we are required to arrange n things in r places, then what will be the possible number of arrangements? Now tell me, the first place can be filled in n ways because we have n things. So the first place can be filled in n ways. Similarly, the second place can be filled by the remaining things in n minus 1 ways. Similarly, the third place can be filled in n minus 2 ways, and like that, how many gaps we have? These gaps, how many gaps we have? R times gaps we have, right? Now tell me, what will be the last factor? This one. Can I write this one as n minus of r minus 1? Why? Why r minus 1? Why r minus 1? That is my question, right? Why r minus 1? See, you can get the answer by looking at these two examples which I have used here. Okay. Now, see, what is the last factor here? Last factor here is 6, right? Now, what is 6? What is 6? Now, see, here we have 10 things and 5 places, right? 10 things and 5 places. And there we have n things and r places. Now, see, in place of 6, can I write 10 minus 4? 10 minus 4 gives you what? 6. So 10 minus 4. 10 minus 4. Minus 4 means 1 less than 5. 1 less than 5, right? Here, in place of r, we have 5, right? In place of r, we have 5. So in place of 6, can I write 10 minus 4? Which is 1 less than 5. 10 minus 4. Which is 6, right? Similarly, in place of 3, can I write 6 minus 5? Sorry, 8 minus 5. Can I write 8 minus 5? Minus 5. 5 which is 1 less than 6, right? So here in place of r we have 6. So what is 1 less than 6? It is 5. So 8 minus 5 can be written in place of 3. Similarly, what will be the last factor then? Here we have r. So we must have n 1 minus 1 less than r, n minus and minus of r minus 1. That is why we have this n minus, and in bracket we have r minus 1, 1 less than r. Okay. Now, similarly, can I write this one as this? What will come after n minus r plus 1? What will be the next factor then if I add? It is same as this one. We had till 6, right? But we have added 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which are in decreasing order. 5, 4, 3, right? So similarly, here what is the last factor? The last factor is n minus of r plus 1. So the next one will be n minus r plus 1 minus 1. 1 1 will be subtracted, and so on. We will have 3 2 1. So this bracket I have used here, these factors are extra, right? That is why I have to divide with that extra factors. So your extra factor here, extra factor is n minus r dot 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 till 3 to 1. Now if something start with n and end with 3 to 1, that we call as n factorial. So in the numerator we have n factorial, and in denominator what we have, n minus r dot 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 till 3 to 1. So it is n minus r factorial, and this whole thing is denoted by NPR, and that is the formula of NPR. Hope with the help of two examples we have understood how to arrange n things in r places, or what will be the number of arrangements of n things taking r at a time. So now we can say, and one more thing, r must be greater than or equal to, sorry, n must be greater than equal to r, okay? N should be greater, okay, to with r, greater than r, or it may be equal to r. Now see, now we have NPR, which means arrangement of n things taking r at a time, clear? And whose formula is this, which I have already shown you how NPR becomes n factorial by n minus r factorial. Now come to the next topic, meaning of 0 factorial. What is the value of 0 factorial? You might be thinking, sir, the value of 0 factorial is 0. Let's see. So we have NPR equals to this. This is the formula of NPR. Now if I place in place of r as n, if I take n and r both are equal, then what we will have then? Can I write NPN equals to this? Now n minus n give you 0. That is why in denominator we have 0 factorial. Now what do you mean by NPN? Just tell me, what do you mean by NPN? NPN means arrangement of n things in n places. So arrangement of n things in n places is given by n factorial, right? That is why we have n factorial. So n factorial cancel out, and we have 0 factorial as 1. So please remember, what is the value of 0 factorial? The value of 0 factorial is 1. Now based on the topic and the formula which I have provided to you right now, let's do one exercise. So let me show you the exercise first, then we will solve the questions of that exercise. So here we have exercise 6.2. Exercise 6.1 has already solved. So this is the next video on permutation and combination, or you can say part 2. So how many questions do we have in this exercise? You can see from question number 1 we have 1 to 15. So we have 15 questions which we are going to solve in this video. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. So in question number 1, what we are required to do? So in question number 1, what we have? We are required to find the values of 15p1, 11p5, 8p0, 43p38. Okay, so let's do question number 1, part 1. 15p3, you know the formula, n factorial by n minus r factorial. So 15 factorial by 15 minus 3 factorial, right? 15 minus 3 factorial is 12. Now we have to expand 15 factorial till 12 factorial, so that 12 factorial get cancel out. So 15 into 14 into 13, and I have stopped where? At 12 factorial, so that 12 factorial cancel out. So what is left? 15 into 14 into 13. After multiplying you will get this. Similarly here we have 8p0, part 3. So in 8p0, what will be the formula? 8 factorial by 8 minus 0 factorial. So we left with 8 factorial by 8 factorial, which is 1. So I have written something here, you need to memorize this. Okay, one note I have written here, np0, if we have 0 here, so the value should be 1. np1, if we have 1 here, so we will get n. If we have npn, it should be n factorial. Understood? You need to memorize this at least. Now let's do the next one. So in the next question number 2, what we have 4 subparts, and in which we are required to show that this equal to this equal to this, right? So let's see. Okay, let's do 2 part 2. Okay, 2 part 2. Here we have 2 part 2. So in 2 part 2, what is LHS? LHS is n into n minus 1, and we have n minus 2 PR minus 2. Okay. Now what is the formula? What is the formula of NPR? N factorial by n minus r factorial. So I have used that formula. You can see n minus 2 factorial by n minus 2 minus of r minus 2. If we will do, it will become plus, right? So plus 2 minus 2 cancel out. We have left with this. So can I write n minus 1 and this one factorial n minus 2 factorial? Now n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 dot, but I have stopped. Here we have n minus 2 factorial. So can I write this whole thing as n factorial? Both means n. That is why we have n factorial. And in denominator, what we have? N minus r factorial. And in place of n factorial by n minus r factorial, we can write NPR, which is the RHS. Hence RHS proved. So let's do the next one. This is 2 part 4. Okay, 2 part 4. Let me show you the question. 2 part 4. This one. This one. 1 into 1p1 plus 2 into 2p2 plus 3 into dot dot dot, this one. But here is one error. Okay, in this question, there should be here should be n plus 1, not r plus 1. Okay, because in this question we don't have r, so it should be n plus 1 p n plus 1. Okay, so one slight error is there in the question. So let's do that question. So this is the LHS. Okay, left hand side. So I have written the LHS. What we have in the next step, I have told you, I have just shown you in the note what is the value of npn. The value of npn is n factorial. Similarly, what will be the value of 1p1? 1 factorial, 2p2, 2 factorial, 3p3, 3 factorial. So I have written that. Okay, so I got this step. Now next step. In place of 1, in this place, in place of 1, can write 2 minus 1, and 1 factorial is still there. Similarly, in place of 2, can I write 3 minus 1? In place of 3, can I write 4 minus 1? And in place of n, can I write n plus 1 minus 1? Right? Now next step. So in the next step, what I have done, I have multiplied 1 factorial with 2 and 1. So what I will get? I got 2 into 1 factorial minus 1 factorial, 3 into 2 factorial minus 2 factorial, 4 into 3 factorial minus 3 factorial, n plus 1 into n factorial minus n factorial, right? Now, so I have separated this one. Now see, what is the value of 2 into 1 factorial? I think it is 2 factorial. What is the value of 3 into 2 factorial? It is 3 factorial. What is the value of 4 into 3 factorial? It is 4 factorial. What is the value of n plus 1 n factorial? It is n plus 1 factorial. So I have written that in one bracket. Now what is left? Minus 1 factorial, minus 2 factorial, minus 3 factorial, dot dot dot, minus n factorial. So I have taken minus common. Here we have 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus dot dot n factorial. Now see, now can we cancel? After opening the bracket, what I will get? 2 factorial minus 2 factorial cancel each other, plus 3 factorial minus 3 factorial cancel each other, 4 factorial, and then here we have 4 factorial as well in this bracket, that will cancel each other. Now n factorial plus n factorial minus n factorial cancel each other. Then what is left? Tell me. N plus 1 factorial minus 1. These two terms are left, right? So I have written here n plus 1 factorial minus 1. Now what is n plus 1 factorial? It is n plus 1 pn plus 1. npn n factorial. Similarly n plus 1 pn plus 1 is pn n plus 1 factorial. So in place of n plus 1 factorial we can write this, and minus 1 factorial is 1, and that was the RHS, hence proved. Let's do the next sum. In question, I have solved question number 3. So let's read the question number 3 first. Here we have, how many numbers between 100 and 1000 can be formed with the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 without repetition of any digit? Without repetition of any digit means you can use 1 as once. You can use digit 2 at once only. You can use digit 3 at once only. Right. Now in such type of question, first you need to know the numbers which are required to form will consist how many digits. Obviously any numbers between 100 and 1000 will consist 3 digits. It will be 3 digits number. So it is clear, right? The number which we are required to form will be of 3 digit. So it means we have to find those numbers, we have to count those numbers which are having 3 digits and which can be formed with the help of these 5 digits. So it means same as selection, as arrangement of 5 things in 3 places. Understood? So let's see how I have solved this question. Here we have, clearly the number between 100 and 1000 will be having 3 digits, right? Will be having 3 digits. Now 5 digits are given, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 digits are given, and 3 digits number are required to form, and this can be done, which is same as arrangement of 5 digits taking 3 digits at a time. If we do arrangements of digits, we will get numbers. Suppose 3 digit number will be by using 5 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us the first number as 3, 4, 5. 3 digit number 3, 4, 5. So if this 3, 4, 5, if we do reshuffle of 3, 4, 5, or if there will be arrangement between 3, 4, 5, what we will get? We will get different numbers, right? That is why we have arrangement of 5 digits taking 3 digits at a time, and in such a case what we will have then? We know the formula, it is 5p3. So what is the formula of 5p3? N by n minus r factorial, and after simplification 2 factorial cancel out. We have 5 into 4 into 3, which is 60. That means 60 numbers can be formed which are having 3 digits and which formed with the help of 5 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's do the next sum. Okay, question number 4. In question number 4, we have how many numbers of 4 digits can be formed with the odd digits without repeating any digit. So it is same, 5 digits number we are required to form with the odd digits. Odd digits means 1, 3. How many odd digits are there? Starting with 0 and ending with 10, ending with 9. How many odd digits are there? I think you know. So with that you need to form 4 digits number. So let's do question number 5, and it is very interesting. Now in question number 5, what we have, how many odd numbers of 5 digits? So the number itself will become odd number. How many odd numbers of 5 digits can be formed with the digits 0, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5? Okay, when without repeating any digit. let me tell you one thing. When in a given digits, if we have 0, then you have to aware of this, that 0 is there. One of the digit is 0. Because if the starting digit will become 0, suppose we are required to form, here what we are required to form? We are required to form 5 digit number. So 5 digits number can be 3, 2, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 4, 5, 0. 3, 2, 4, 5, 0. It is a number having 5 digit. But if I write 0 at first, 0, 2, 4, 5, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a number starting with 0 will not remain 5 digit number. It will become 4 digit number. Because if we say 0, 2, it means 2. Right? If we say 0 to 1, it means 21. 2 digit number, 21. But if I am writing 0 in front, it means nothing. It doesn't mean it will become 3 digit number, 0 to 1. It is 2 digit number, 21. Right? So if 0 comes at front, so the number of digits will become change. 5 digits number will become 4 digits number. That is why you have to keep in your mind that 0 is there. Okay. Now let's solve this question. So here we have 5 digits are given: 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what was the first thing? The first thing, we are required to form 5 digits number, and which are odd also. Now tell me, when a number we can say it will be odd? When there is odd digit in the unit place, right? Then we can say the number is odd. And when we can say our number is even? When there is even number in the unit place of the number, 2, 4, 6, 0, like this, right? We can say that number is even number. And in case of odd number, there should be 1, 3, 5, 7 odd digits in the unit place. So here we have 3 and 5 odd digits, right? So we can say a number can be odd if 3 or 5, these digits, is there in its unit place. So if 3 or 5 is there in the unit place, that number will be odd number. Now first of all, if digit 3 is there in unit place, so let us suppose that digit 3 is there. Two digits if they are in unit place, 3 and 5, then the number should be odd number, right? So if we have 3 in the unit place, then how many numbers can be formed then? So see, 5 places I have drawn here, and I have kept 3 in the unit place so that the number remain odd number. So I have kept 3 in the unit place. Now what I have written? Keeping 3 at the unit place, we have 4 digits now, because total 5 digits are given, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. So keeping 3 at the unit place, we have 4 digits and 4 places which can be filled in 4 factorial ways. 4 places and 4 things can be arranged in 4 factorial ways. But I am keeping 0 in the last position. That means among the 4 digits in 4 places, it may possible that 0 will come at front. In such a case, those numbers are not 5 digit numbers. They will become 4 digits number. So but numbers begin with 0 are 4 digits number. That must be excluded. So it means among the 4 factorial numbers, there are such numbers which are 4 digits number. They are not 5 digits numbers. So that must be excluded. Now we are required to find how many among the 4 factorial numbers, how many numbers are having 4 digits. So in such a case, what we are required to do, keep 0 at the first position, and 3 at the last position because we are finding odd numbers. That is why 3 must be there in the last position. So keeping 0 at the first position and 3 at the last position, there are 3 factorial numbers having 4 digits. Yes, 3 digits left and 3 places are there. So in 3 places, 3 digits can be arranged in 3 factorial ways. So there are 3 factorial numbers having 4 digits, and that 3 factorial numbers must be excluded from 4 factorial numbers, right? So what I have written, therefore total odd numbers of 5 digits ending with 3 is 4 factorial minus 3 factorial. The value of 4 factorial is 24, value of 3 factorial is 6, so I got 18. Similarly, total odd numbers of 5 digits ending with 5. Now if I change the last digit, which was 3, so if I change 3 with 5, nothing will happen. The numbers will become odd and we will get the same number of numbers having 5 digits and they are odd numbers. So similarly, total odd numbers of 5 digits ending with 5 is equals to 18. Then what will be the total number of numbers? So therefore, in the first case we are getting 18 when the numbers are ending with 3, and in the second case again we are getting the same thing when the numbers are ending with 5. So total 5 digit odd numbers is equals to 18 plus 18, which is 36. That is your